on this slide, which is relevant to international students, is that class participation is really, really important. Class participation in the US counts for minimum at 10%, and I had a class with a 50% grade for class participation. And this is something that's very hard for international students because usually it's a very American thing, class participation. In many countries in the world, you do not participate in class. Domestic students are very articulate, they're very fluent in class, they make smart remarks, they sound smart, you cannot sound as smart. So people tend not to participate as much. And this is a very challenging thing for international students. Now, there are two types of class participation. One is voluntary. The professor asks a question, you feel like answering, you raise your hand, and you answer. The second type is cold calling. Kenneth, what is cold calling? Exactly. You don't feel like answering, but the professor will still ask you. Now, cold calling is very foreign to my culture. I mean, they do cold call on people in Israel, but only in elementary school. I was never cold call after junior high in Israel, and suddenly I had to adjust to this thing that I just sit in class, I don't want to participate, Why should you ask me? But I had to adjust. Now, the first time I was cold call on, I would never forget that. It was a finance class. And I was completely daydreaming. I was at that time probably thinking that imagining that my chair is kind of like raises in the air and leaves the classroom through the open window. And right before the chair was preparing for landing in Ben Gurion Airport, I see the professor in front of me asking me a question, and then I wake up. Now, I woke up, I just heard the end of the question, what is the ratio? And I had no idea what the question was. Everybody was looking at me. I was turning pale. The first time I'm cold call on and I don't even hear the question. And then I heard an angel in the back of my mind telling me the right answer. And when I looked back, it was actually a student telling the right answer. His name was also Dan, and he thought that the professor is talking to him.